What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Travis RC. As you can see, we're down here in the very disheveled and disorganized workbench. We're gearing up to go racing tonight at the toy box. I spent some time down here yesterday with the car. Like I mentioned in the last video, I went ahead and I put in 150K diff oil from 100K. I put in 37.5 weight oil front and rear from 35. So we went up in all the fluids, and then I also put in the B7 V2 caster and steering blocks, and then now we're running 0 KPI. That should hopefully make the car a little bit more stable. Hopefully all those things make the car just a little bit more stable and easier to drive. So this is the biggest round of setup changes I've made at one time with the car. I'm curious to see how it's gonna work because next weekend we're running the big Minnesota Icebreaker race in Woodbury, Minnesota at Dollar Hobbies. It's gonna be the first multi-day event that I've ever done. Practice Friday, qualifying Saturday, and Sunday mains, which I know is pretty typical for a multi-day event. So hopefully we can get geared up for that. The biggest thing is that there's lower traction at Dollar Hobbies than there's at Toy Box, so that's just something to keep in mind as we kind of work through where we want to get the car to be. So tonight is a points race at the Toy Box. Friday night, 2 rounds of qualifying more than likely. Go through the mains and see if we can get a podium spot yet again. Make sure you stay until the end of the video because I have a major event announcement. We're running a huge event at the end of March. I'm going to share that with you here during the race recap. Don't forget to like, comment, most importantly, subscribe. We got a lot of cool stuff coming up here. But the focus for today is the toy box at this points race and try to see what we can do with the car. Let's go ahead and get our Gen Ace batteries all charged up and ready to hit the track as soon as we get there. All right, I'm excited to get to the toy box, do some racing, hang out with some good people, and see what the night has for us. The only change that we made to the car that I'm not super sure of is gonna be going from 100K to 150K diff oil. I know maybe that's gonna work best on this high traction surface that we have at the toy box. Maybe it won't translate as well to Dollar Hobbies next week, because granted it is still carpet, they definitely don't have as much traction on that particular carpet as what we have at the toy box. And maybe that's because the toy box is brand new carpet. I'm not sure if it's the same type of carpet as what they have at Dollar Hobbies, but I know the carpet at Dollar Hobbies isn't quite as brand new as what toy box is. So you've heard the whole spiel already. You already know what's going on. Let's go ahead and get to the part that everybody loves, the caffeine check. Oh yeah, yep. Oh, sweet nectar. Oh yeah. Listen, nothing hits like a monster rehab after a long day of work and heading to hang out with some great people at the track. That's all I'm saying. So the question of the video that I want to ask here, is there a discipline or a type of RC that you've always been interested in that you've never done before but you want to get into? Maybe rock crawling. Have you always been interested in rock crawling and you just haven't taken that leap yet? Or maybe you want to get into 5th scale. You want to get into large scale things. Is maybe that one of them? For me, I gotta say nitro. I think that's the most sensible next evolution in the race program because it would give me more track time in 8th scale. And just that added element of nitro is really intriguing to me. You know what they say, electric is the business, nitro is the glory. And if you are my wife watching this, there is absolutely nothing in the works. I would never ever even think about getting a nitro car, not in a million trillion years. But if you're watching and you're not my wife, there could be something in the works. Maybe. All right, let's get to the toy box, get set up. Car's pretty much completely ready to hit the track. It's going to be a brand new layout, so obviously we want to get some time on that. And hopefully we don't drive like an absolute asshat like we did last week, and we can get another podium. All right, here's the pit setup we're rocking with today. Let's go ahead and take a look at the new layout. All right, here's what we're looking at. We're coming down the straightaway, small double, big double, switchback, switchback, roller double. There might be a couple different ways you can hit that. Coming up onto the plateau, step down, back over the straight. A little bit different. Not a ton of speed other than the straightaway here. Obviously, we're not going to be full throttle through really almost any of the jumps. There's nothing that big. So it's going to be interesting. We'll got to get on the track here and see how she's going to go. Huh?
Where are you at?
On the end on that side. How we doing, Trav? Oh, you know.
My bad.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
Everyone stop.
16 flat. 15-7.
Get up there, get that done now. I don't want to have to delay too late with this large group of guys. I want to get going right at 6:30. And we are going to push it in
For about 12 laps and make one mistake. Cost me 2 seconds.
Woo! Oh, look at that. So you guys might remember Dan Bailey. He battles with me in his kind of Jurassic Park looking stuff over there. He brought me this wonderful thing. It's a 3D printed pit organizer. It's got everything that I would ever use in here. It's even got a spot for the monster rehabs, which is pretty sweet. There's a spot for batteries, more storage than I know what to do with. My favorite feature that it has, I even brought my shock stand. I always forget that, but look at this. Shock stand that just slots right in there. So, Dan, tell me why you went ahead and started making these and kind of what your goal was with it.
Yeah, just to clean up my pit space at home and at the races. I got sick of my tools laying everywhere. And I looked around at everybody else's pit areas and I'm like, wow, their tools are laying around too.
Yeah,
so,
that's definitely what I was doing. That's
Yeah.
what I was doing. Now I don't have to. Now it looks legit.
Yep.
So you can get these in pretty much any color combination people want, correct?
Yep, pretty much any color combination. Up to 3 colors per print.
Okay, and then obviously you have the different like customizable plates. Obviously we got the Travis RC, my name, everything on there. So what kind of customizations can you do on these for people to kind of fit their needs?
Yeah, currently can do nameplates in pretty much any font that's available online. In the process of working on getting STLs. If somebody has a specific design they want me to print on their nameplate, and then in different colors and whatever you want.
Perfect. So RCX873racing.com. So obviously we know your website. Tell us about where else people can find you and kind of what the ordering process is in order to get one of these awesome things.
Yeah. So I have a Facebook page, RCX873racing, and then I also have the website, like you said, RCX873racing.com. And you can order online there. It shows a lot of pictures of previous customers' kits. You just email me and you say what colors you want, what you want the nameplates to say, and we kind of go from there.
Sure. And can you customize any of the slots or like anything specific if somebody has like something just a little different that they want to fit perfectly?
We're working on stuff like that right now. It's the 2 sides, and then we're coming out with a 2-tier rack that goes above your Protect pit light that'll go in between the sets.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, and then some other little things too, like a low-profile buggy car stand.
Okay,
Yeah.
sweet. So we're
And all
expand on this.
customizable to match your set.
Love it. We're going to expand on this, so make sure you check out Dan at RCX873 Racing on Facebook, and of course on the website there. Get yourselves one of these because these are friggin' sweet. I'm going to use it just the rest of my life if I'm lucky. All right, so I had a few rounds of practice in. Overall, not too bad. The biggest thing is definitely, I'm pretty sure, with going up from 100K to 150K with the diff fluid, it pushes a lot more on power. When I'm off power, it snaps right around, no problem. So I think that's probably to be expected, and I just got to get used to it. Otherwise, I think going up in the shock oil again is pretty good. That was a good move. I think I could even go up to 40. So maybe that's something we try. I don't know. Overall, I like the track. I like the layout. It'll be pretty easy to over jump and not set yourself up very well for the corners, which is kind of similar to the last couple of races that we've done on the last layout here. I like that the last couple corners there before the straightaway, you have the kind of step up with the plateau down. That's extremely similar to that track we ran at Zero RC in Marshfield, Wisconsin, if you recall. I sneaked into my first podium spot ever coming off of one of those. But overall, the heat sheets aren't posted yet, so I'm not exactly sure how many we have in the class, exactly what we're up against, but we'll figure it out. as long as I can kind of get used to how I need to deal with the corners, we'll be okay. The car is definitely a lot more stable, probably between the thicker shock fluid and definitely with the thicker diff fluid. So a lot more stability, that was kind of the main thing that I was looking for. And we sacrificed a little bit of that on-power steering, but I think I'll get used to it. We'll be okay. And I'm excited to see how everything goes. So I guess it's time to get into heat one.
Rory's wrong.
Thanks, bro.
Yep, we're good. We're covered, guys. Thank you.
That was a noise.
All right, we got drivers. We got marshals. Rory, Travis, Justin, Travis Holmes, and then Matt Zilla at the back. So here we go, Travis. Rory, you're on the toe. Less than 5. Travis follows. Justin. Travis. Matt Zilla. All right, heat 2. You guys are looking to be a 23-5 even.
There it is.
The top drivers are Mansilla with a 22 lap 501.7 pace, Rory Trump with a 22 lap 505.3 pace, Travis Fuller with a 22 lap 505.5 pace, Justin Sledden with a 22 lap 508.5 pace, Travis Forbes with a 20 lap 501 lap pace. top drivers are Manzilla with a 22 lap 501.1 pace, Travis Malone with a 22 lap 503.8 pace, Justin Sletton with a 22 lap 506.3 pace, Rory Droff with a 22 lap 506.3 pace, Travis Woods with a 21 lap 511.6 pace. Travis Malone done. Manzilla done. Rory Droff done. Travis Woods done. All drivers are finished. Justin Sletton done.
Nice job, man.
All right, let's see. Oh, nobody did. Eric Jorgensen's going to hold on to the TQ of a 23.5 even. Manzilla was
Thank you, sir.
Definitely got to go up on your opinion. You're
Think so?
getting smoked on straight away.
All right, I think the first round was overall successful. Marshaled one time, kind of got the jitters a little bit, probably like 3/4 through, something like that. Led a lot of that race. I was in first probably almost half of the laps of that race, and then I was second, and then back to first, and then I stayed in second through the rest there. Finished on the lead lap, just 4 seconds off of the win, so that's good. Right now after round one, because they're doing 2 rounds or 2 heats in each round, slated 4th overall. We'll see if we can get up to the top 3 for our seeding. So it's looking like A main tonight at least. I don't know if they're running a B main or not, not 100% sure how that's going to shake out, or if they're going to run everybody in the A main. I kind of hope not, because I think there are 9 total drivers in the class. So there's probably going to be a B main, if I had to guess. I'm changing from a 29 tooth pinion up to a 31 to get a little bit more speed, because I really don't need that extra punch right now. So I'm going to try that, see how it goes. I'm still trying to get used to the steering. You can kind of see where like I come off a jump and try to go tight around the corner, and sometimes I don't quite get it. I go a little bit wide. So that's a personal adjustment. I'll take more time with that to see if I can kind of adjust my driving to compensate, and I'll gauge from there if maybe there's something else that I should be doing with the car. Otherwise, all good to go. Hoping for a similar result, if not better, for the second round. So overall, so far, so good. All right, so this is Andrew. Andrew, this is your first time racing RC, right?
Yes, first time driving one ever.
First time
Well,
driving.
Scale.
I was definitely there not too long ago. So how did you find RC racing?
I drove RCs as a kid, but my kids are finally of an age where I figured we should get into this, and then I realized that this track was 7 minutes from my house. So the
Kind of a
stars
hidden
kind of
gem.
aligned. Yeah.
So this is your
stumbled upon
first
it.
event. You had some practice laps. You ran your first qualifying heat a little bit ago. What did you think after that?
I was happy that I made it around the track. That was really my only goal.
I thought you looked good. I thought you did even better than, you definitely did better than I'm sure I did my first time.
I don't know about that. But
no,
yeah,
no, trust me.
I'm just trying to get around today.
Yeah, well, and that's the big thing. So what do you think of the car? Well, tell us about what you got for a car, kind of what you put in it, and what your thoughts were after driving it for the first time.
Yeah, it's this Team Associated B71. I really don't know much about what's in here. I just asked Claude for a shopping list, and it spit this out. I don't know. Do you know any of this? ProTech, Servo.
So, let's see, we got a Hobby Wing V10. I know it's pretty popular for your stock classes. So you're running 21.5. Got a ProTech Servo. Hard to see exactly which one that is. The one 160T. So I mean, I assume. No, what do we got here? I don't know what the speed control is. It says Cyclone.
Yeah, it was
it's the
just a kit with the
XR10. So
motor.
that's a Hobby Wing. Yeah. So
Yeah.
So I mean, I think pretty solid, good setup overall. The car looks dialed, all things considered. I think it looks more dialed than mine even. So
Yeah, not thanks to me, but thanks to help from you guys.
Trust me, I'm not one of those people that's been helpful. I can't even set mine up. So, anyways, we'll check back in with Andrew later and see how he does throughout the night, because the channel here has been obviously the premise of getting started, and we have somebody that's fresher than me. So,
Yes.
we'll check him out.
Daniel Haley. Justin Sledden.
You're gonna have to throw it up on the field.
A lot faster to double it.
Alright, what do we got? Okay,
it's a high
we're
risk,
all lined up here. Running orders to go Eric and Daniel.
We'll see how this goes.
Alright, here we go. Eric on the tone. Less than 5. Daniel. Matt Zilla. Travis. That was our meter right there. Got a little weird coming out of that little rhythm. Although it is the first lap of the race, so 23.5 even with his first PQ. Kind of feels a little comfortable right now. Next closest time is 23.512, so Daniel's got to make up 12 seconds to get out there. 23.5.
Drivers are Mattila with a 22 lap 5, 0.6 pace. Justin Sledden with a 22 lap 5, 1.3 pace. Travis Willow with a 22 lap 5, 8.4 pace. Eric Jorgensen with a 20 lap 5, 11.8 pace. Daniel Bailey with a 20 lap 5, 14.3 pace.
A few people moving around already. And someone moving up in the second one now, pushing Dan down. Travis is really moving this group. He's coming up 3 spots. And then real ground pushing Daniel down 2 spots into 4th.
Get out of here.
Holy moly, did it 40 into this one. Oh, we got one roll over by that rhythm. Our center rhythm. That was your leader. That was your TQ, Aaron. But so far, nobody is close. Matt's 9 seconds away. Travis 12 seconds away. He's at TQ.
Good.
9 minutes left. The top drivers are Matt
That's not good.
24 lap 5, 0.4 pace. Travis Willow with a 23 lap 5, 11 flat pace. Justin Sledden with a 22 lap 5, 8.6 pace. Daniel Bailey with a 22 lap 5, 9.
Oh, no.
Eric Jorgensen.
That could have been worse.
Lap 5, 9.8 pace.
How'd you manage that one?
I have no idea. Skill, apparently.
So, Daniel. Let's see. Looks like Daniel's first round is going to push him back up all the way to number 2. 23.512, so he's in that.
2 minutes left after 3 minutes 1 second. The top drivers are Travis Willow with a 22 lap 5, 0 flat pace. Matt Ziller with a 22 lap 5, 2.3 pace. Justin Sledden with a 22 lap 5, 5.8 pace. Daniel Bailey with a 22 lap 5, 11.3 pace. Eric Jorgensen with a 20 lap 5, 4.7 pace.
All right, got a minute 35 left. You're looking over this group is Travis Servo. Again, it's too low. But Travis, he's your big mover. He's looking up 3 spots.
Oop.
Number 3 overall. He's got to stay in his pace and hold on to that.
Oop.
Or maybe pick up some time.
Travis Willow with a 22 lap 5, 0.5 pace. Matt Dillon with a 22 lap 5 on 1.2 pace. Justin Sledden with the 22 lap 503.1 pace. Daniel Bailey with the 22 lap 505.8 pace. Eric Jorgensen with the 21 lap 507 flat pace.
Alright, looks like Travis is going to move to the point. 23.513. Let's see if he can pick up another second or so in these last few minutes, seconds of this race. He's going to be in that free spot if he can hold on to it. He's going to put some pressure on Daniel. Daniel's first run was a 23.512.68. Travis is now running a 23.512.774.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That is the talking brother until you hear your name.
Oh no!
Okay, where'd he go? Ew!
Travis Willow done.
No!
Justin Sledden done. Eric Jorgensen done. All drivers are finished.
There we go.
Maxilla done.
Oh, that's a heartbreaker right there. That's going to drop that last little bobble is going to drop all the way down to that number 6. Everything he gained, he lost that last lap. But your mover, let's see, who's your big movers? Justin.
All right, Andrew, you just wrapped up your first ever A-Main RC racing here. So
Yes.
how, overall, between the heats, the main, all that, how do you think it went overall, I guess?
Oh, it went great for me. I was able to finish the races. That was my goal. I got last, of course. But yeah, the car, I got help from everyone here. Got about 3 times better over the course of the night. So learned a ton, super fun. But yeah, that's what I was hoping for.
What do you think the biggest challenge was for you?
I just didn't have a clue how to set it up when I got here, so just set up problems. I had my sensor wire out for one of the qualifiers that messed up the motor. But yeah, I just need to get it dialed. So it's all the tuning stuff that I just didn't know.
What's your biggest takeaway, or what you want to do different in the next race?
Well, the biggest takeaway is I wasn't gluing my tires right. So once I got that fixed, that really helped. I just need to get laps in, get practice. But yeah, getting the final tweaks after I built the kit just made like a world of difference. Thanks to these guys.
Yeah. It's all about drive time, 100%.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
all right, we're gonna see Andrew again. He did a great job for his first time out. So he's gonna be ripping it. He's gonna be beating us in no time. He's running 21.5 with you, so he'll be kicking your ass soon.
Nope.
All right, not a lot of time here to go over this. As you might have seen, I led almost the entire second half of that race, and I was on the last lap to the victory and decided to cut that corner too close, punting myself off the track, and that put me down quite a bit. I was on track to be seated like 2 or 3, maybe even 4, something like that. I don't know. But that bobble where I went off the track cost me big time. I went from A-main, easy A-main, to B-main. So now I'm in the B-main. I'm starting second. This might be the first B-main that I've ever done, and this is probably the best driving that I've done as far as I can recall. So that just tells you how competitive this group in the 17.5 intermediate class really is. I believe in the overall seed, like 2 through 6 was within like a second and a half, just about. So it's super, super close. It's gonna be a battle even to get into the A-main, honestly. But obviously that's the first goal that we have, is to get into the A-main. Second goal is to podium the A-main, but it's gonna be really tough, and it's gonna be about not getting tangled up. Slow isn't necessarily fast here. There's going to be a balance. I have a little trick up my sleeve I'm going to try in the B-main to see if I can find some more speed. So you'll see what that is. I may chicken out and back out of it. I don't know what my confidence level is with that yet, but I'll kind of gauge that in the first 1 or 2 warm-up laps and go from there. So B-main is right after the current race. So let's do it.
Yeah, right up to that first piece of red tape. Then we got Travis. That's a fairly clean start. We're going to let her lock. Nobody really got destroyed. All right. Travis Rory's the winner.
No
Travis Mello gets it rocked over to the middle section. He's going to drop all the way back to last place. Oh boy. A lot of hard turns coming up here. Alright, keeping it nice and clean.
No way.
4 minutes left.
One down, 4 to go. Travis, Danny, Roy, Savannah, Travis, Mello. Let's see what we got over here. Danny, Roy, you're going to battle up. Travis Host has kind of walked away with this one. He's got a 3-second lead over Danny and the two. Danny and Rory are going to fight it out. Danny gets a run. Rory's going to get around him. That's going to put Rory in the number 2 bump spot. So it's Travis Host, Rory, Danny, Savannah, Travis Mello. Oh! All right, Rory. Rory's hitting it. All right. Let's see, what's our close battle out there? Is it a close one? It's got to be a close one. That's going to be between Savannah and Travis. That's a half, just about a half a second battle right there. Now we're at 4 and 5 spot. Let's see. Well, actually, 2 and 3 is pretty good too. That's 8 tenths of a second. Rory in the orange and silver, and Danny in the green, blue, yellow, and green with the yellow wheels. That's a battle for that second bump spot. That's 1.4 seconds. Yeah, that's 1.4. Savannah's like 2.6 behind Danny. Oh no! She probably got flat-landed or something. The backside of those ropes. Alright, let's see. Oh, Danny and Rory are going at it again.
Minutes left.
God.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And engage start.
Everybody else is still going. Bring them around, bring them around. This time we're going to put out a lane.
Rory dropped out. All drivers are finished.
That's going to be
Travis Mode is done.
Travis Mode done.
Race is completed.
You guys are bumping to race number 6. You got plenty of time. Go ahead, set up on the gray shelves. We'll get group out there.
Ah, man.
You bumped up.
You bumped up, yeah.
Oh, man. I have never felt both so good and also so terrible at this RC stuff in the same event. My consistency was the best it's been, at least throughout the qualifiers. 95% in round 1, 92% in round 2. And I just felt really good through those qualifiers up until that very last turn on the second qualifier. It's crazy that that one mistake cost us the number 1 or 2 seed in the entire class and put us down to the 6th seed and into the B main. So, I mean, I got to say, huge shout out to everybody in that 17.5 intermediate class. That was, I know I've said it a few times before, that was the closest competition really from top to bottom that I've been a part of so far. Everybody raced honestly clean. Nobody that I recall really took me out or anything. Me and Dan were racing close. Me and Travis were racing close. Me and Matt were racing close. Everybody was super competitive, aggressive to a certain extent, and everybody stayed clean. And the racing was a lot of fun. But man, the amount of anger that I felt in that last turn, I didn't need to cut that so close. I don't know how I managed to do it. I had the win in that heat locked in, and I was probably going to get a 1 or 2 start in the A main and punting myself off the track. And if I had at least made just a smaller bobble with a quick correction, maybe I would have still got the win, or at least I would have gotten second place. But you know what they say, that is racing. But positive takeaways here, the changes made to the car overall, really good. We have that little bit of push on power when we're going into the turns, but I think that could be a slight maybe front end adjustment or something that we can kind of help compensate that with. But I'm not going to worry too much about that because I may need to drop that diff oil back down for this coming weekend. And the shock change, like I said, 237.5 feels really good. I think 40 would also feel really good, so maybe that's something that we'll try in the future. Not 100% sure. So overall, no major complaints other than me screwing that up and just trying way too hard in the B main. If I would have just calmed down, I think I would have been able to get a bump. But even then, the guys that were in the top 2 or 3 in that B main were still pretty fast. So it was still going to take some work. So learned a lot about my driving, about the car, and I say it all the time. Sometimes learning is really the best case scenario because then we can figure out how to get the results out of that later. This is all, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. And I think overall we're doing everything the right way. So shout out to the Toy Box, Jason, everybody over there that puts the track together and runs the programs. It's always really smooth and it's always a lot of fun. And speaking of competitiveness and fun, it's time for the big event announcement that you've been waiting for. So some of you, if you follow RC racing, you might be familiar with the J Concepts Indoor National Series. Well, this year, J Concepts is bringing out the Outdoor National Series. Ryan Stiles Harris, who I know I've mentioned on this channel before, he has a much cooler and really good RC racing YouTube channel. He does vlogs, product things, setup things, etc., etc. And he was honestly a big inspiration for me to start doing YouTube, and was a big inspiration in the radio I got, in the 8-scale buggy that I got. But I got a Facebook message from him that essentially said, hey, J Concepts is bringing out this Outdoor National Series, and we're looking for people who are doing content to come and hang out at the first round and participate in the race. So this is going to be, in a lot of ways, the first of its kind event, this Outdoor National Series. It's tent scale, outdoors, on a looser surface. So we're not talking packed clay. We're not talking turf. This is going to be loose dirt with tent scale. And it's going to be big because there's going to be a lot of modern cars. And there's also going to be a big emphasis on vintage classes. So after discussing with my co-team owner, AKA my wife, Kelly, who is beautiful and awesome, decided to take the plunge. J Concepts is gracious enough to give me and a couple other people a place to stay for the weekend, participate in the race, get some content. I'm really excited to be on anybody's radar, especially for Jason with J Concepts, to kind of know what we have going on with the channel and to allow us to come down and participate in this This is huge for the channel, but this is mostly, I'm really excited to participate in the racing, learn a lot of a style of racing that I've never done and may not get to do very often. But I'm excited to kind of meet everybody that's going to be there and try to be an absolute sponge. This first round that we're going to be attending is in Savannah, Georgia, and I leave in less than 2 weeks. It's taking place March 20th through the 23rd, so I'm going to fly down the Wednesday before and come home the Monday after, just in case there is some sort of weather delay and they move the mains to Sunday. So what are we going to do as far as a car goes? Because we obviously have a B7 built for carpet. The initial thought was, let's build it into a B7D. So spend a bunch of money on parts to convert it and get it to where we want it so that we kind of have a starting point for the very, very different surface from what this is already built for. But there is an alternative plan that has come into place that I'm really excited about. I'll give you some more details on that later, but we're going to be starting off with a really, really good base, and we're not going to be using this car. I'm really excited to be able to bring you guys content from this, what I said is really a first of its kind event. It's going to be a big deal for J Concepts to bring back this style of racing, or in a lot of ways, bring it to the RC community for the first time. But before we get to ONS, we have the Minnesota Icebreaker Championships coming up this weekend. I'm going to be packing up to head to practice about midday Friday and sneak out of work a little bit early. And then we got qualifying on Saturday, mains on Sunday. It's going to be my first 3-day event. It's going to be also super competitive, I'm sure. So I'm going to try to get what practice we can, figure out what setup we can on Friday, try to set us up as best as possible, and hope that we can drive clean, ultimately, have some consistency, and see where we end up. This is going to be by far the biggest event that I've done so far, and I'm excited for it to be my first multi-day event. We haven't been at Dollar Hobbies in a while, so it'll be nice to get back there too. And of course, we're going to be racing with a bunch of our friends like Dan Bailey. Huge thank you to Dan for making this pit organizer for us, and he's got some prototypes in the works too for the car stands that he mentioned that goes on top of a pit light. Possible car stand is also in the works to set your car on and match the colors and everything with all the other stuff that he's making. And like he mentioned earlier, make sure you hit up rcx873racing.com or rcx873racing on Facebook. Place your order for these pit organizers because, man, I'm telling you, they're legit. They are great, and I can't wait to take them to these big races here pretty soon and just have a great looking pit spot. So of course, don't forget to check out fiercercsolutions.com for great deals on RC racing products. And of course, to Jens Ace for their partnership here and sponsoring the race program. You can check out Jens Ace at jenstattoo.com. They're really the best bang for the buck for RC battery performance and RC battery chargers also. Links to Fierce RC and Jens Ace will be in the description below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and most importantly, subscribe, because the next 2 race vlogs that are going to be coming out are going to be from the biggest races of my short RC career so far, and you're going to want to see how this goes. It's going to get pretty interesting. Thanks again, everybody, for checking out Travis RC. As always, I genuinely appreciate your guys' watch time, your support, everything that you do for me. It means a lot. And of course, as always, I'll see you in the next one.